Oh, wait. Was I muted? Was I literally muted and I had no idea? Shoot. Hang on. We're going to go back. I'm going to listen to the first little part of the stream. Maybe it's a good thing we're not starting for another 10 or 15 minutes so that I can just reiterate everything I just said. But was I first muted and now... Well, and of course, we're in the Tyson Event Center, so the internet is crap. But obviously, as you do know, I'm still recovering from being sick for, well, a good, 2.5, 3 days. So, yeah, that's why I sound a little nasally still. And I guess all the fans only get one scratch card. I'm guessing that's how that works. I don't. Either way, I didn't win jack, so it's not like. Okay. Okay, because I need to know this info or not, of whether or not I accidentally was muted or not. So yeah, it looks like it'll be about 9.5 minutes before we have puck drop here. Although it could be as early as maybe 7 or 8, but I don't know. We will see. As long as we have a puck drop, that's all I care about. I'm a little tired, I'm not going to lie, today. I mean, obviously, when you're sick, you're supposed to get as much rest as you possibly can, so that makes sense. I mean... But yeah, it's just funny that, you know, Max Anderson, he was supposedly suspended for 1 game, but then, of course... Oh, might as well throw Mando, that's his nickname, into the game today, you know. Because he was kicked out of the game last night, and then all of a sudden, of course, since he scored 2 goals last night as well, he came out in his street clothes because he was the #1 star of the game. So it's just funny how those things work sometimes. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. In fact, I'm not even sure if we're on the air. But let's see how much. Okay, so the video is playing here. We got the Hit the Ice video up there. Oh, now I'm finally going to connect to the Wi-Fi. Jeez Louise, I've only been here an hour and 15 minutes, and now all of a sudden, ooh, I can connect to the Wi-Fi, yay. Like, geez Louise. Like, on the phone that I'm streaming off of right now, it's just fine, but I don't know why. I don't know why. It's different, but what do I know? I mean, geez. Oh! Air opening page, great, so we got nothing. Okay. So I'm listening. So I just knocked it back 13 minutes ago before I was on and I couldn't hear anything, so. Okay, yeah, so I think we just had some audio issues. So Tri-City, just to sum everything up, they've lost their last 10 in a row here. They've been struggling to really to score, and plus they lost their #1 goaltender for a month while he was finishing up high school. So, and now all of a sudden he's ill today. I don't know why that is, but that's just the way it is. So yeah, hopefully Sioux City can make it 11 straight losses for Tri-City here. At least we can only hope. Cross our fingers. The guys with the flags have just hit the ice. But yeah, we'll have the starting lineup shortly. I guess we'll quickly run down the line chart. Trey Jeffress, William Tomko, and Ashton Schultz, first line. Second line, Elias Vatney, Aiden Dyer, and Max Anderson. Third line, both the Garys and Kyle O'Leary. Fourth line, Daniil Booten, Pavel Martinu, and Dallas Potter. The defensemen, Derek Olson and Shane Gould, Mason Stanger and Daniel D'Alessandro, Gavin Carr and Christian Lyons, and then Ryan Poirier all by himself. Vic Thorne will be the backup here this afternoon. Well, the Muskies have just hit the ice. Coming up next, we'll have the starting lineup, the national anthem, and some little last-minute pregame stuff. And it's going to be puck drop here in the Old Sioux. So, yeah, let's have a great game.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, please turn your attention to the ice. This night's national anthem is performed by our very own game night manager, Trey in person.
Oh, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly seen, and the rockets that glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, sing us that star-spangled banner yet wave, o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Beautifully done. Now time for our starting goaltenders. Quinn Bamer for Tri-City. as far as I could tell, this is going to be his first, not only his first career USHL start, but his first career USHL game. So, I mean, I guess when you've lost 11 or 10 straight, you can do whatever you want, but so kind of interesting. And then Ryder Shea, 14-5, 0-0, 3.68 goals against average and a .882 save percentage. No shutouts, but he does have 25 penalty minutes, so don't screw with him. Or no, just don't get into a fight with him, I guess I should say. Even though he lost that fight, we're still kind of upset about that, even though it's been 4 months at this point. That's just the way it is. Either way, though, I hope that we can clinch that third place spot. And yeah, so that's all I care about. Lincoln, they play Omaha today, so that game will start in about just under 2 hours from now, I guess. So, although if they lose that one, that'll be huge for us, because of course we're 2 points ahead of them. So it's going to be a fun one here at the Tyson today. Connor Brown will take the draw with William Tomko. And we're off and underway here from Sioux City, Iowa. Tri-City wins it, taken there by Bodie Leyland, sends it tipped off the stick of Brown. Brown through the legs there for Ernewine. Ernewine in the corner, back behind the net. Carr pinned up against the boards. Feeds it around the corner. Doms back behind the net. Brown out there in front. Doms a shot. Well, the goal light went on, but I think that one went just a little wide. Like it didn't come out like it went in. Maybe that was just a mistake. Well, the goal judge in his box there has a smile on his face, so maybe some red rosy cheeks too, an embarrassment. Of course, understandably so. After something like that. Ooh, Schultz hammers Ernewine into the boards. Here's Kozak with this one. Kozak sends it on back. Carson Pilgrim sending off the boards back behind the net. Now Brecken Smith fires it back in the other way. Schultz tipped there for goal. Now Gavin Gary. Here's Pilgrim with it. Shot got blocked there in front. Here's Pilgrim on back for Brown. Shot got blocked by Shane. Now another shot blocked by Jensen, his own guy. Desmer with it. Back behind the net there for Smith. Smith towards the blue line. Popped up into the air. Luke Gary out towards center. Here's Maxwell Desmer with this one. Desmer sent back behind the net. A minute and a half into this one already. Feels like a lifetime. No, I'm kidding, obviously. This game got started about 10 minutes later than it should have, but that's okay. It happens. Here's Derek Olsen with it behind the net. Olsen off the glass. Tipped there. Gavin Gary popped up into the air. Michael Ski taken away. Here's Kyle O'Leary. O'Leary's shot got blocked into the corner by LaPointe. Rolls into the corner. Here's Gavin Gary now with it. Gary sent out there in front. Mason Stanger towards the blue line. Here's Stanger with this one. Stanger in the corner. Back behind the net. Gavin Gary popped up into the air. Taken by Carson Pilgrim in the circle. Pilgrim sends it on over to Noah LaPointe. Here's LaPointe towards center. LaPointe sent back behind the net of Ryder Shea. Picked up Stanger. Feeds it back in the other way. Ooh, it was an odd bounce in front and somehow kept out by Shea. Boy. Odd bounce. Shea didn't realize it. And puck just went all over the place. I feel like we've had a lot of weird bounces, a lot more than we've had in years past. Some that have gone well, some that haven't. I don't know if that's just me or not, but Ozagani with this one. Ozagani picked up there by Bodie Leyland. Leyland now, he and Max Anderson battle for it there at center. Now here's Lyons with this one. Lyons sent off the boards there for Dyer. Dyer up the right side. Here's Dyer. Shot save made there by Bumer. I think it's Bamer, not Bumer, but we don't know for sure. Boy, and Dyer got whacked or something. He went down behind the net. Here's Ozagani with this one. Ozagani sends it on over there for Luka Jarvis. Jarvis feeds it on Cade Kozak. Kozak there for Ozagani. Ozagani's shot. Blockered away there by Shea. Here's Martinu with this one. 2-on-2. Crossing center. Martinu back for Potter. Here's Potter there for Anderson. On out. Poirier. Shot. Save made Bumer. Where's it? I think he has it between his pads, but boy, oh boy. Couple of good opportunities. Ooh, yeah. Boy, Shea is one lucky son of a gun, I'll tell you that much, because it took a funny hop, kind of circled around the net, came out in front of him, and luckily enough, he was able to get the pads down just in time, or else that could have been trouble for Sioux City. Trouble is the last thing the Muskies need. Face-off coming left to Bamer. Let's see, who do we got out there? I think it's that top line, yep. With Gold and Olsen, too, as well. Jeffress shot, save made there by Bamer. Now Olsen tried to bat it down. Olsen with it behind the net there for Schultz. Schultz on back on. Oh, I don't know if Olsen was trying to shoot at it or make a pass, but he just fanned on it nonetheless. Here's Erna Wine with this one. Popped up Tomko off the skate of Schultz. Schultz down into the corner. Schultz feeds it out in front. Tomko can connect. Now Olsen trying to keep it in. Taken there by Ashton Doms. They battle for it at center, and then he knocks down William Tomko. I don't know where the penalty was on that one, but don't ask me, okay? Here's Doms. Take it away. Gould out towards center. Michalski battling. Now Dom's trying to whack it, and he does. Shea will play it behind the net. Feeds it on over. Derek Olsen in the corner. Olsen tipped there by Tomko. Here's Tomko. Intercepted Brecken Smith. Smith on back. Noah LaPointe. LaPointe tipped there by Smith at center. Smith over the stick of Gould. D'Alessandro there for Mason Jensen now. Jensen through the crease. Uh-oh, again, Noah LaPointe shot got blocked. Boy, O'Leary broke his stick. LaPointe there for Jensen. Jensen, here's Pilgrim. Boy, O'Leary, he's helpless right now. Shot got blocked there, and now Luke Gary lost his stick. Looks like that one might be broke too. Jeez Louise. Well, Luke Gary finally did get a stick, and the shot was stopped by Shea. Boy, give a guy a heart attack. My goodness. Got all kinds of stuff going on there. I'm surprised Shea was even... I mean, there's so much going on. I mean, I don't know how he was able to get in position to save that, but anyway, we'll take a break. We'll be right back in a minute. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everybody. 14:59 left to go in the first period. Still tied up at 0. I mean, we're just getting started. Yeah, right now both these teams, there's been some offense, but not a whole lot. Bodie Leyland with that down low in the circle. In fact, Sioux City, I'm kind of surprised. I thought they'd look a little more tired after playing, 4 games in 5 days, but no, seems like it's just another game for them. There's Stenger with it now. D'Alessandro with it. We did figure that out. That's not how you say it. It's D'Alessandro, not D'Alessandro. Shot went up high into the netting and out of play. On the shot, points or 2 goals last night, I should say. He's got 3 in his last 3. So I mean, hey, we'll take goals for anyone. I mean, he's still first in the league in penalty minutes, but that goes without saying. I mean, about half of those weren't supposed to happen, that's for sure. Face-off will come to the left of Bamer. Face-off is 1. Puck will roll into the corner. Martineau. Sent on out for Potter. Now Martineau in the corner. Booten got a stick on it. Pass out there in front. They're forced out toward center there for Gavin Carr. Here's Carr up the left side there for Booten. Booten on back. Martineau tipped with the little stick. Now Ozagani takes this one. Ozagani at center. Now taken away Booten. Here's Booten up the left side. Booten, a shot went wide at Bamer. Now taken back behind the net there by Desmer. Desmer out towards center. Ozagani with this one. Ozagani back. Desmer shot blocked there by Jeffress. He'll take it down into the corner. Jeffress out towards center. Jeffress feeds it on over to Martineau. Here's Martineau in front. Cannot connect with Jeffress, but he did connect with Noah Lapointe. Right idea, wrong team. Here's Doms at center. Doms on back there for Garen Michalski. Lapointe feeds it on over Ashton Doms up the right side. Here's Doms, a shot saved by Ryder Shea. So tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I know what I want, but I think I've made that clear I don't know how many times. Face-off will come to the left of Ryder Shea. Face-off's 1. Here's Brown with it. Brown take it back behind the net. Ernawine couldn't get a handle on it, but Dom's dead. Here's Ernawine with it back behind the net there for Poirier. Poirier popped up into the air. Tomko with this one. Tomko on out Ernawine. Ernawine shot stopped by Ryder Shea. Face-off will come to the right here of Ryder Shea. Let's see, it'll be O'Leary and who the heck is that? Some new guy, Panzer from Tri-City. I don't know who he is, but Leyland out towards center there for Panzer. Panzer taken there at center there by O'Leary. Here's Smith picked up there now by Cade Kozak. Kozak now into the hands of Ryder Shea around the boards. Here's Brecken Smith. Oh, he banned on it. Now Leary there at the blue line. Out towards center, Gavin Gary spun around, taken away Brecken Smith. Here's Smith, although he's engulfed by a bunch of Muskies players, but he still got a shot off the boards, and it was stopped there by Shea. Covered up, I guess we could call it. Face-off will come to the left of Ryder Shea. Vatne will take the draw with Cam Springer. Face-off's 1. Here's Stanger with this one in the corner. Stanger off the boards towards center. Tip taken there by Desmer. Desmer out towards center. Here's Cam Springer with this one. Springer feeds it on Paul Bloomer. Bloomer back behind the net. Tip by Springer out there in front. Ooh, careful. Stanger picked it up. Gosh, scare me like that. My goodness. Puck taken out towards center. Now let's figure out who this new guy is. Yeah, Jace Panzer is his name. Whatever, Sophoclitus with it. Sophoclitus feeds it on over there for Paul Bloomer at center. Cam Springer with it behind the net there. Ryder Shea kind of hangs on to it. Careful, Bloomer was there. Boy, skips through everybody, and now it finally got into the hands of Michalski off the bench. Now Stanger fires one off the corner out towards center. Paul Bloomer, careful. Royce, you said he almost got caught with too many men, and now Tri-City just did too. I don't know whose fault that was, but don't blame us. That's all I'm going to say. Here's D'Alessandro with this one. D'Alessandro feeds it on over Christian Lyons. Tip there at center. Lyons feeds it on down there. Dallas Potter. Potter picked up there by Luka Jarvis. Back Garen Michalski. Here's Ozagani with this one. Ozagani tipped there by Booten. And into the Musketeers bench. And out of play. 10:48 left to go in the first period. Tri-City, they definitely have had the puck more than Sioux City has. Got to change that. So face-off will come at center. Tomko with Connor Brown. Face-off's one. Here's Lions. Feeds it on over Gavin Carr. Sends it back behind the net there. Beamer. Schultz with this one in the circle. Jeffress out there front. Rolls into the corner. Here's Tomko back for Carr. Feeds it on over to Christian Lyons. Here's Lyons with this one behind the net for Schultz. Schultz popped up into the air. Tomko is there in the corner. Here's Bodie Leyland with this one. Leyland at center. Leyland to Ashton Noms. Feeds it back behind the net. Jeffress is there. Here's Jeffress up the left side towards center. Jeffress sent down into the corner wide of Bamer. Jeffress out there in front. I think he meant to pass, but then it kind of had a weird deflection towards it. Here's Stanger feeds it on over Poirier at the blue line. Poirier out towards center. Batted back behind the net. Bamer picked up there by Kozak. Kozak feeds it on over there. Desmer. Oh my God. Mascot standing right behind me. That's what. Gavin Gary with this one. Scared me to death. I know that. Jeez Louise. Here's Brecken Smith at center. Down there into the corner. Here's Poirier. Yeah, because it's not like big, some big dude right behind you. That is quite scary, I will say. Mason Jensen with the behind the net there. Stanger. Stanger picked up there by Brecken Smith. Smith back there for O'Leary. O'Leary sent out there by Luke Gary. Here's Gavin Gary. Boy, that can get confusing. Luke Gary, Gavin Gary, Kyle O'Leary. You throw that in there, I mean, holy smokes. There's Desmer with this one. Desmer sends it back behind the net there of Derek Olsen. Olsen out towards center. Rolls up the left side. Olsen right out there in front. Cannot connect with Vatne. Now Bloomer with it. Boy, Sioux City, they needed that chance too. They haven't had a good one here in quite some time. Here's Dyer with this one. Dyer off the boards there for Lions. Lions back behind the net. Picked up there by Noah Lapointe. Lapointe back for Gold. Here's Gold. Feeds it on over. Anderson back to Gold. Gold at the blue line. Just take a shot at it. Gold a shot. Deflected into the corner. Vatne takes it behind the net. Vatne in the corner. Vatne out. Anderson went off the skate of somebody. I think that might have been my guy. Panzer, or whatever his name is. He had a Panzer last year, or in the preseason at some point. Sioux City did. I can't remember, though, for sure. I'd have to go back and look at the rosters, but... Anyway, Jarvis just kind of stands there behind the net like an idiot. Here's Jarvis. There for Bodie Leyland. Leyland out. Ozagani. Shot went wide. Over the shoulder of Shea. Taken there by Bodie Leyland at the blue line. Shot just skittered a little wide. Obusick behind the net. Carr around the board. Shot towards the net. Just deflected a little wide. Poirier trying to get it out. But boy, they just can't get it out. And a scramble forward there at the blue line. Ozagani whacked. Jarvis. Oh, he got tripped up. I'm surprised they didn't. Normally, the referees would be right on it and calling it for us, but not tonight, surprisingly. Martin pass across just went wide. Potter, I don't know what he was doing. All he had to do was just do a wraparound, and that would have been a goal, but here's Messmer with it behind the net. Dessner in the corner. Booten picked up there. D'Alessandro. D'Alessandro out there for Martineau. Here's Dallas Potter. He'll dump it back behind the net there of Bamer. Connor Brown with this one. Brown, boy, kind of a weird bounce there in front. Just with this one, Sofakaitis down low into the corner. Out to Sandro with this one, D'Alessandro. Feeds it on to Stenger. Stenger, ooh, tried to dump it in, but then fanned on it. Now it's Desmer with this one, Desmer. There for Doms towards center. Here's Doms. Nice moves. Doms shot save made there by Shea. It wasn't really a shot, but he just got away. Here's Jeffress out towards center. Jeffress sends it down into the corner, back behind the net. There for LaPointe. Jeffress out there in front, taken by Brecken Smith off the boards, and that's into the Tri-City bench. 5:43 left to go here in this first period. We'll take a break. We'll be right back in a minute. Or it doesn't look like we're going to take a break. Nope, they're sending everyone back. Okay, now we'll take a break. We'll be back.
Man, how's it going? What's going on?
What are you doing here?
Samsung wants me to be in their new, their big commercial. Next big thing, yeah.
They called me in for the next big thing.
Maybe in 1998, you were the next big
Wow, I've never seen you this excited about something that isn't food.
You are not the next big
They
thing.
make people physically uncomfortable.
Look, man, they gave me a phone.
I got one too.
Where'd you get that?
They gave it to me because I'm the next big thing.
This makes no sense, man.
Are you sure that maybe you're not here to see a guy named Samsung? That would make more sense. You know what? Let's find a favorable review to one of your moves. No results found.
You know what's great about this is when you take a picture, you can draw on it, and I can actually retouch it, and I can make you look like you're still in your 40s.
Why don't you take that S Pen and shove it?
All right, you're here.
Hi.
So you got the memo. You're working together.
Together.
I got the big room. Come fill it with ideas.
Samsung, the next big thing. You two.
Yeah.
Celebrity endorsement.
Welcome back, everybody. 5:43 left to go here in this first period. We are still tied up at 0. Shots are 5-2 in favor of Tri-City. They've definitely controlled the puck the most. So you see, they've had some great looks, but they just haven't really gotten any on net. Face-off will come to the right of Bamer. Gavin Gary will take the draw with Carson Pilgrim. Face-off is 1. Here's Gary with it in the corner, back behind the net there for O'Leary. O'Leary there for Gavin Gary out in front. Olsen with this one in the circle. Here's O'Leary in the corner in a scramble for. Here's Derek Olsen with it out towards center. Luke Gary with this one back behind the net. Gary sends it out. Brecken Smith tipped there by Gavin Gary. Now Michalski tried to keep it in the Musketeer zone, but now taken out by Derek Olsen. Boy, Pilgrim is chasing his tail. Wind him down, wind him down. Olsen just kind of stands there behind the net. Here's Gold with this one. Gold. Uh-oh, bobbled it. But Pilgrim, luckily enough, nothing too crazy happened out of it. Now, normally, Sioux City, when they give up the puck, it's normally not really a good thing, but at least what we just saw right then and there. Guess they're working on it. They made things a little better, so that's good. Yelm now sends it in. Shot got stopped there by Shea from Cam Springer. Now it's Bodie Leyland with it out there in front. D'Alessandro with this one. D'Alessandro in the circle. Picked up there by Yelm. Yelm now D'Alessandro off the glass. Batted down there by Yelm. Taken by Paul Bloomer. Feeds it on over Bodie Leyland. Takes a shot. Got deflected wide. Odd angled shot. Shea was there as well. Gavin Gary sends it off the boards out towards center. There's Desmer. Now Bodie Leyland with it. Feeds it on over to Yelm. Yelm back for Paul Bloomer. Shot stopped by Ryder Shea. It's what we like to see. Here's Jarvis at the face-off. A shot went wide. I guess somebody's car door's open in the parking lot. So someone just forgot to close it or something's going on. Here's Sophikitis with it. Out towards center. Icing is called. Face off will come to the left of Bamer. Tomko will take the draw with, I don't even know who that is, nor do I really care all that much, but it's that Panzer dude, isn't it? Oh, and they kick Ashton Schultz out of the draw. Just drop it anyway. Golly. Who cares if they're properly set or not? Because I know there's a certain way that you're supposed to be positioned when you take a face-off, but I mean, who cares? Like, come on. Here's Lions with this one. I know they want, each player to have a fair shot at it, but come on. Here's Schultz's shot got blocked there in front. LaPointe out towards center. Here's Mason Jensen with this one. Jensen back for Jarvis. Oh, he fanned on it. Then Jeffers took it away. Tomko there at center. Here's Tomko. Feeds it on to Gavin Carr. Carr back for Jeffers. Whacks one. Bamer throws it into the corner. Less than 3 to go here in this one. In this first, I should say. Michael Ski with it. On out Derek Olsen. Shot got blocked. Now Pilgrim out towards center. Taken there by Shane Gould. Gould off the stick of Pilgrim. Now Jeffers. Battle ensues. Uh-oh. We're going to have a penalty. And it's going to be on Tri-City. So high stick should be the call because Jeffers got a stick up high. So we should, I think we should have a power play. It's just who's it going to be on? It's going to be on Brecken Smith. Sioux City, or Tri-City rather, excuse me, they got the number 2 penalty kill in the league. So that's a little troublesome. So face-off will come. Me loving, I feel alright. Face-off will come to the left of Bamer. Face-off's one. Top go in front. Shot went up high into the netting and out of play on Bamer. So the power play unit, we got Jeffress, Gould, Tomko, Mando, and Stenger out there. Face-off will come to the right a bit. Oh, just dropped the puck. Jeez Louise. Now the one linesman's talking with Jeffress. Get set and drop it. Golly. Tomko towards the blue line. Shot went wide to Bamer. Taken there by Springer. He'll send it down ice. He'll clear it. Oh, shut up, bitch. There's like 5 or 6 people in front of us. They're all from Tri-City, I guess. I don't know about that, but here's Gould with this one. Gould out towards center. Gould sends it on back to Stenger. Stenger towards center here for Tomko. Tomko on back. Jeffress. Tomko on out the blue line. Gould. Gould. Into the corner. Anderson. Uh-oh. Wayland slipped and fell. That is quite funny, if I do say so myself. Here's Jeffress. Feeds it on over to Tomko at the blue line. Tomko at center, trying to find an opening through a couple of guys. Tomko there for Stenger, on to Gould at the blue line. Minute 36 left to go in the first. There's 1 minute left to go here on this power play. Tomko shot went wide. Bamer now. Jeffress takes this one behind the net. On out front to Tomko. Here's Gould at the blue line. Gould back for Stenger. Takes a shot, went wide to Bamer. And they'll let it roll down ice. Well, not too far. Only to about center. Tomko spun around Yelm. He's all alone. Muskie's making a line change. Here's O'Leary with this one. Or a power play unit change, I should say. That one's cleared back in behind the net of Ryder Shea. Derek Olsen takes this one. Olsen up the left side there for Luke Gehry. Here's Ashton Schultz. Feeds it on to O'Leary. Back for Luke Gehry. Shot. Ooh, I think that went off the mask of Bamer. But here's Olsen. Feeds it on over to Luke Gehry. Luke Gehry back for Derek Olsen. Feeds it on. One-time shot by Schultz. He fanned on it. That's okay. Here's Schultz in the circle. Schultz feeds it on back out. Olsen, 2 seconds left. One-time shot save made there by Bamer. Taken there by Mason Jensen. Now out of the box is Bracken Smith. Smith and a shot stopped by Shea! Woo! Holy Shea! Holy Shea! Now if we could just score, that would make things a hell of a lot better here. Right off the draw, here's Ozagani with this one. Ozagani out towards center there for Cade Kozak. Here's Kozak at center, feeds it on over Ozagani. 16 seconds left to go here. Chagan Jarvis behind the net. Here's Gavin Carr with this one. Carr out towards center off the back of Jarvis. Tipped, now Martineau. Up the left side, here's Martineau. Sends it on Bamer. He's way out of his net. I don't know what he's doing there, but that's the end of one period of play, though, nonetheless. Shots 8-3 in favor of Tri-City, although C-City, they've got at least probably 5 or 6 that actually hit our goalie, but they're not counting them, I guess, so. But really, the only numbers that matter is that we are still tied up at 0 apiece. So yeah, the only penalty that period went to Bracken Smith. He went in 2 minutes for high sticking at 17:26. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll have the second period. That'll be right around, give it about 18 minutes or so, and we'll be back on the air. So yeah, we'll take a break. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.